Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Boss Babe series. I am excited, and I'm going to start with this quote. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life that you've imagined. Let me see if I can also record here to the cloud. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hold on one second. Welcome to our Boss Let me turn down my Zoom. I am excited. You guys hear that feedback? Start with this quote. Okay, go confidently in the direction of your dream. Live the life. Okay. How to do that. Oh. All right. Well, let's see what happens. That you imagined. Let me see if I can also record here to the okay. Waiting for permission. Use your microphones. Okay. That is not going to do it. Okay, well, I wanted to record to my YouTube channel as well, but that's not going to happen this morning, even after our practice round. But I am recording, I believe, to the cloud. So welcome, everyone. Good Monday morning. Yes, it is January 20th. And yes, Dawn, you are right. It is a national holiday, Martin Luther King Day. It's Inauguration Day. It's a snowstorm day. I don't know about you, but I am coming in here from Pennsylvania, South Central, and we had a beautiful blizzard yesterday. And so woke up to the abominable snowman snow plowing in my driveway. So, AKA Ken McKeever. Well, welcome everyone. In case you don't know me, if you're watching this back, my name is Lara McKeever. I'm an independent national sales director in this incredible company on the ladder of success. And I am super excited to help facilitate an incredible program that our very own independent national sales director, Karen Rydell, has just started this last year. I was very honored and privileged to be a part of the first series last year, the first edition. And so I know many of you that are watching this, I see you had extreme results, or some of you at least had movement in your business because of this series. So I want to give Karen Rydell a big shout out and all the nationals that participated, past and current, this year, present, to thank them. And so I know I don't have to tell all of you, the leaders, to have an attitude of gratitude, because you do. But it's so great. Karen reached out to me because one of my sales directors had sent her just a handwritten note several weeks ago. And she's like, wow, Lara, you really teach your people right. And I went, well, I can't take credit for that. You know, many of these women have been in Mary Kay for many years. And, you know, I get more notes from them than I probably give to them. And so thank you for your attitude of gratitude. That's first where leadership starts, is having that attitude of gratitude, and also being a servant leader. And so on our director Facebook group, the Legacy National Area Directors, I did put Karen Rydell's address in the first post, but I'll send it out to you again, and I'll work on this week trying to get the addresses of everyone else, Linda Tupin, Jennifer Cook. And I'd encourage you that when you get those, save them in your phone so that every now and then you can give them a little love note of appreciation, because, you know, I am using everything that I've give out is anything that I've gotten from pioneers, trailblazers from the past, right? So welcome this morning on January 20th. So yes, normally I don't hold these on national holidays. So yeah, Dawn, I normally don't, but last week I told you guys, or past couple of weeks, that we're going to start this. We're going to get this going. There is a week that I will not be having them. So, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to start it sooner rather than later. But my Canada trip every year in February is at least a week of skiing with my family. And so even though I would come to you from there, I can't guarantee it. And I don't want that continuity to mess up. And so on the 17th, we will be having, and I'll let you know on the 10th what that week will entail. Don't worry, I will give you content, but we will be continuing through, just we'll be delaying the videos one more week, okay? But I will have some content for you and some homework still for that week. But all right, this morning, those of you, I didn't get, I'm looking around, I didn't get commitment cards from some of you that are on here, and that's very important for you to commit to this series. Okay, that is your statement, of, okay, I'm all in, right? I'm going to be 100% in. I'm going to be transparent, right? With you, there's no shame in transparency, right? This is a group that is it's a protective. What I'd like to see for this Boss Babe series is that it's organic, that you can feel safe to share anything you want to share, your results, to feel safe in that. And I want you to know, although I'm recording this is not going to anybody like out there into the Mary Kay universe. This is for those of you to listen back to this after. And so I am asking all of you that if you receive a recording of these Boss Babe series from me, that of our huddle here, that you do not share it with others. Okay, this is a privilege to be on this live, and it is why I asked you to be on live and make this a priority. Okay, but I want there to be open discussion, and discussion that you can feel okay to give. There's no shame in anything that you have to say or share. Just really accountability. Okay. And so we have all been there, no matter whether you're reporting a result that you are so ashamed of, it's okay. It's not where you start, right? It's where you finish, or it's not where you currently are at. We all have been there. And so I want you to take this Boss Babe series super, super seriously. Thank you for all of you that are on here, showing up. Siobhan, she has so many excuses why she couldn't even be on person. And I'm praying for your husband. I'm praying for you. I know you aren't feeling well yourself, but look what you did. You pushed through. You're holding your future, your dreams, your livelihood so serious, that you overcame the obstacles. You're living in your discipline, right? Not your reality or your emotion. And so that tells me that you are 100% in. Because if we are 90% in, we're what? 100% out. So good for you. So here's to start. Before we get into these videos, so last week I did share with you the Linda Tubin video just to kind of give you a taste of it, right? Now we're going to come back to that again today. So yeah, you are going to see it a second time. That's going to be one of the last things we do. We're going to start with Jennifer Cook and Karen Rydell as the very first video. But before that, each and every week, I want to see on the chat a few things for you. So I want you to write this down, because even if I don't ask you for it, I just want you automatically, as soon as you sign in to our Monday chats, okay, I want you to put these figures. So the first figure, then a slash, then the second figure, and a slash. And so I'm going to go ahead, and I believe I have those in the chat already. And here they are. So your month to date figures. So this is going to be starting next week. Now, I know you have your tracking sheet and your homework that we are going to focus on, and we're going to get to that after the videos so that I can help guide you. I know Mary Kay National Area, one of the questions from you is, okay, who do I do my coaching with? Well, I wish I could do it for all of you. I wouldn't have any time in the day to do that. But I do have a little bit of a solution for that solution, but a little bit of one. And it's okay. It's all right, because guess what? I was adopted myself for so many years. And that's why 90%, I believe it's 90% of all people who become directors have been adopted consultants. 70%, something like that. I'm going to ask you guys to mute if you haven't already. Okay. And so, we find a way, make a way. And what I love too about people that are adopted, like, we don't take it for granted, right? We don't take leadership or that time that we have with a leader, a Mary Kay National, or, we really take it seriously. And I hope that my national area directors do that as well. Those of you that are in my national area, some of you have reached out to me. I could tell the ones that already read through your Boss Babe packet because you reached out to me to schedule that appointment with me. You're not waiting for me. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody hungry to reach out to me, hungry like Autumn Tucker, right? Hungry like Bridget Pemberley, hungry like Angie Lowry, hungry like Katie Duez, and Dawn Wilson and Crystal Gallagher, and those that Lindsay Morin. I know it's horrible when you start naming names because you forget people, but you get my point. These are the women that I do hear from the most, and that reach out to me. You should never as a leader, and I hope that everything that I'm sharing with you is content and thought process that I hope that you're sharing with your personal unit as you're doing this Boss Babe series. One of the things that they often think, and I know some of you think too, that we are too busy for them, right? That we are too busy. And they always start with, oh, I don't want to bother you. Or, oh, I know you have so much on your plate, right? Well, hey, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Or the early bird gets the worm, or whatever. So if I have more time in my week and someone's asking me, of course I'm going to fill that. But if you're the last one to ask me, there's never going to be time. So, how badly do you want it? So those are the numbers that I want you to put in. So your unit production first, where it is year to date. Okay. And for this week, I want you to go ahead and personally text that to me, not Voxer, not email. Every single one of you on here have my personal cell phone because it's the ID number of this Zoom. So that is the fastest way to get connected with me. Now, if it's over a weekend, you probably won't hear from me until Monday morning. I usually shut it off at 3 o'clock and then revisit my business unless I have something personal, like I had an orientation on Saturday. So I quick check messages, but I always make sure my consultants know that, hey, I always start the text off. I normally don't work on weekends, but I had a special appointment and I saw that you texted. So I wanted to get back to you rather than my usual Monday morning. What does that tell them? That sells this position more than you constantly being at their beck and call. Who would ever want to be a national sales director if you thought I worked around the clock or that I enjoy the fruits of my labor, right? And so that is true success, that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. I work hard during the week so that I can have that time with my family and my friends and all of those things on the weekend. So I want you to make sure that you are putting your personal sales as well for the month from the first up until whatever date that you are posting. Okay, so that month to date, your personal sales. So if this week it's 600, next week you're going to add that 600 on top of the other, right? And remember, this is in addition to the tracking sheet stuff. I want to take this and see a snapshot of where you are within the month. Unit recruits overall, how many new unit recruits for the month? Okay, new. This is new personal recruits for the month where you're at. So out of your unit, how many are personal? The number of parties that you held personally, and then the number of parties that you held for your unit. That could be any type of events, maybe a sip and spa, or whether it's virtual or in person. For me, I knew in order for me to blaze a trail in my business, it was all about how many people are in front of me. My first priority was to load my date book with my personal business and take my team members with me to be inspired, to train them, to learn, right? But I always follow the money and where I make the most money. I make the most money first through my personal business. And then the rest of my schedule is the and then some to then add in my events, and then go to events of my people or assist them with events. And how do I do that? I always prioritize my personal team first of who I'm going to do events for, because again, I make more money through my personal team, right? But then it's also the firecrackers, the people that are really cracking with you, right? They're communicating and connecting back. But even out of them, when my time is so selective, I'm looking for the target market people, the target market people. I am not trying to resurrect the dead. And so that's where I find the most joy in my business. And so those are the numbers that I want you to put each and every month. If you have them now, go ahead in the chat. If you know them, maybe you're somebody that you just track that anyway. We'd love to see it. What I'd love to see right now, definitely is where is your unit production for the month, January 20th? Where is your unit production? And remember, no shame in your game. If you have $10, that's $10 more than zero. And again, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And I guarantee you, we've all been there at one point. Okay, are you committed to doubling your unit size? I want to know in the chat right now. Okay, what is your double number? Do you know your unit size right now? Now you can say, is that with T or without T? I always include my T because those are people that I can inspire and turn from T to at least A1, right? Every single quarter. And so I want to know, what is your double number? It says right in your packet, it said that when you take this Boss Babe series, are you excited to double your unit size? Well, if you are, then you need to know your number. So what is that number? If you currently are showing 30 on your register for consultants, that double number would be 60. Okay. How many personal team members? How many personal team members do you currently have? Okay, personal team members. I don't care whether they're active or not. I want to know how many personal team members are on your registry, on your report. Personally, I always have strived for unit within a unit. I still do as a national, which unit within a unit for me was 30 personal team members. Okay, how many offspring are you committed to have before a seminar? Mary Kay Ash said, our job as leaders is to pass it on, to recruit, so that we can find offspring, right? So how many offspring are you committed to have? And then last, but most importantly, and the reason we are all here is, what is the dream that you want to finance? What is the dream that you want to finance? Our job as leaders in Mary Kay, and where my passion comes from, is helping enrich women's lives, to empower them, to help them dream again, to give them hope for their future, right? And so I need to first have been able to achieve things myself and to share that with them. The dreams that I've been able to have. That's my story. That's my proof and my message to them, the evidence, right? That this can be done. But I also need to have vision for them of where I would like to be, where I would like to go. What is your vision? What is your dream? What do you want to finance? And do you know how much that costs? So that is part of your homework today, is if you do not have that, to figure it out really quick. And so we're going to start right now with this first video with Jennifer Cook and Karen Reidel, where Jennifer will beautifully speak more on that. Now, I want you, all of you, how many of you, raise your hands, already kicked this off with your unit? And did any of you already kick your series off with your unit? Let me see your hands. Okay, awesome. How many of you are still, it's coming up? You are. Put your hands down if you already kicked it off. And I want to see how many of you are kicking it off. Like, that's on the schedule. That's on the books. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't kick mine off with my unit yet, but that's coming up. And so, but I encourage you that when you're listening to the, before even coming to this huddle, to make sure you've listened to the consultant one and see the difference of consultant, because this even teaches you as leaders how to teach differently, consultants versus directors, right? But they both coincide together. And so does Jennifer's and the conversation that Karen has. So let's go ahead and screen share this video for you. And hold on, of course. Let me find, there it is. Let me pull this up. Oh, hold on, let me optimize. Before I do that, let me optimize I had it optimized, but I want to make sure I share that again in that way. Okay, here we go.
Babe sales directors, trailblazing boss babe sales directors. I'm National Sales Director Karen Rydell, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today to kick off your very own series in this Boss Babe series. I'm so excited to blaze new trails with you. Oh, your consultants have already heard, or if they haven't, they'll be hearing a little bit later on about our first session for them. But we wanted to make sure that each of our Boss Babe speakers would bring an extra series for you so that we could think at a higher level as the top leaders in our company of how we can blaze a trail. I would love to hear about the trails you're going to be blazing, whether it's taking your unit to a brand new unit club, a new car, or to build your very own national area. There's so many trails that you can blaze as a top leader in our company. So thanks for joining us today. Grab your packet and we're going to have an awesome conversation today with Jennifer Cook. Oh my goodness. I know you know who this woman is. She is amazing. She worked with Mary Kay Ash for over 20 years and then continued to work in our company. So she served our company for 45 years. And y'all, she truly had a front row seat to watch Mary Kay Ash blaze trails. And I love the conversation that we had for consultants lined up. You're going to love it if you haven't heard it. But tonight, right now, we're going to talk at the sales director level about blazing trails. And so, Jennifer, one of the questions I asked you for consultants, I want to ask you the same one, but at a higher level for this one. I'd love to hear a story about Mary Kay Ash as she was blazing new trails in our company. Could you share one with us?
I'd be happy to. As you know, Mary Kay, when she started this company, there were just 9 beauty consultants and herself. But she had a dream and she shared it with them. And she had to develop a plan on how to make this dream come true. And everyone's heard the story of Mary Kay quitting her job and retiring, going home, being bored, deciding to write a book on sales. She sat down at her kitchen table with a yellow pad and made 3 lists. One of all the good things of the company that she'd been with. The second was all the things that she thought could be improved. And the third was what she would do to improve them. And in looking at those lists, she knew she had a great marketing plan and she thought someone should do this. And of course, then she thought, well, I can do this. And she did. So, what were some of those things? People always wonder, what were some of those things that were on that list that could be improved? And one of those things was immediate product availability. She was with a direct sales company that you would go, you would hold your skin. Well, back then it was Stanley Home products. And now remember, they were selling mop, brooms, and floor wax, which is an exciting product to sell. And she would get the orders, she would turn them into the companies. And then when she would go back and try to deliver the products to the people, they had changed their minds. And she was very frustrated. And she thought, well, if I had the products with me, where people took them home when they were excited about them, and especially when they're excited about cosmetics, excited about using them, and they were using the teaching method, and the women would go home and immediately be able to put into practice what they had learned at their skincare class. That was one of the things that she changed.
Yeah.
And another was that the quality of recruits that she brought into the company. She said that when she was with other direct sales companies, they would hire a hotel room for her to do interviews in. She would go in, they would put an ad in the paper for people to come and to apply for the job. And she said it was surprising, the people that would come, that you just would think they were not qualified for direct sales.
Right.
And so she thought that if people would, pre-qualify the people for direct sales, she wanted strong people in her dream company. And that was so important. Strong people, a strong foundation. You as a director, that's what you need, a strong foundation. And the way to do that is to have strong people. Another factor was that indirect sales companies that she'd been with, the sales force was not treated with the respect that she thought they should be treated. An example of this is one time she won a trip to visit the home office, and they were going to meet the president of the company, and she worked really hard to win this trip. Well, it was, back then there were not airplanes, so they took a bus, and this was from Texas to Boston. That bus, she said, kept breaking down, but their spirits were high because they were going to meet the president of the company and they were being invited to his home. So they were really excited. When they got there, they got a tour of the plant, and she said that was nice. They appreciated it, but it's not what they came for. They go to the president's house, they get a tour of his rose garden. They didn't even go in the house, and he never came out and greeted. And so Mary Kay, thought, if I am ever in the position where people want to meet me, I'm going to make myself available to them. And she did. One time they had a parade of houses for the symphony at Christmas time where they featured 5 prominent Dallasites and how they decorated their homes for the Christmas season. Of those 5 prominent Dallasites, Mary Kay was the only one that was at her home that day. And she stood at her front door and welcomed every guest who came across the front door. As she said, if people are going to buy a ticket to see my house, they are also buying a ticket to see me. And then another one was that she thought women needed Cinderella prizes. She had once worked really hard for what her male director had told her was a great prize. And when she got it, it was a flounder light for gigging fish, where you put on waders and you go out in the middle of the night with a lantern and you stand in a river and gig the fish. And she thought, why would anyone think that women would want such a prize? So she thought, I'm going to give Cinderella prizes because that's what women wanted. And she did not believe in giving money for prizes. And let me tell you why. Because if you get money, you look back and you can't remember where you spent that money. But if you're wearing a ring that you got at a prize, someone is going to ask you about that ring, and it is an opportunity to share the Mary Kay business plan or an opportunity for a new customer. And I once interviewed one of the buyers, and she said that she learned this from Mary Kay. When she was a new buyer, her boss sent her in with this jewelry to show Mary Kay. And this boss, she was female, but she and Mary Kay had very different tastes. And this new buyer thought, I don't think she's going to like this stuff. So she showed her the things that she brought with her. And then, she could tell that Mary Kay wasn't excited. She said, well, Mary Kay, I have a few other items that I'd like to show you. And she said, Mary Kay, she brought out another bag and started showing her jewelry that she thought that Mary Kay would like, a little bit more glitzy and everything. And she said, Mary Kay just loved it. And Mary Kay told her, she said, I select these prizes not based on what is the trend, not based on my own personal preferences, but based on a conversation statement. These should be conversation statements. That shows how smart she was. Right. Always, everything came back to the opportunity, giving the sales force an opportunity to present the products or to present the marketing plan. So the first consultant's guide was 5 pages long. this was where they were pioneering. They were pioneering the company. Those consultants who started to be successful, they became Mary Kay's group that they would share ideas. And before long, we started in 1963. In 1964, they had the very first sales director. The sales directors and Mary Kay would start meeting, and they would come up with ideas and share them with all the sales force, so that the consultant guide grew. It grew from a 5-page, almost little welcome letter to, a binder full of ideas and suggestions that these first pioneers had discovered were successful selling methods for this type of product. Now, if you think that it was always easy for Mary Kay, let me tell you about her first show that she held after she started the company. She said that she only sold a 1-day radiance, which was $1.50 at that time.
Gosh.
She got in her car. She went around the block. She parked. And then she just started bawling, thinking, I have put my life savings into this product, and I sold $1.50. So then she's sitting there thinking, and she realized, she starts thinking, well, what could I have done different? What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't pass out any order forms,
Right.
So, she was always evaluating, how could we do this different? How can we do this better? Does someone else have a better idea than I have? It wasn't always her way or the highway. It was her way. But if you have a better way, tell her that better way. She's the one that coined the saying, if I have an idea and you have an idea, then we each have one. But if I have an idea and I share my idea and you have your idea and share it with me, then we each have two. And that's how the consultants' guides and the directors' guides were developed, by the sharing of ideas, by the pooling of ideas. This was a company that wasn't based on just one person and her ideas on how to get it off the ground. This was a compilation of her relying on other smart, as she said, women are smart women she was going to give the opportunity to develop their skills.
I could listen to these stories all day long. They're so great. And they really point us to a woman that was passionate, that wouldn't give up, that would go over, under, around to figure out how it would work. And she changed lives in the process. These stories are awesome. And Jennifer, I love the list of what she actually wrote down.
Yeah.
There's some great things to share. Thank you for all of those stories. I love them. Now, let me ask you, let's pretend like Mary Kay Ash is sitting right there with us. What do you think are some of the advice that she would give to a sales director who is here today and thinking, I've got to blaze a new trail. I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready for growth. What do you think Mary Kay Ash's advice would be to that sales director?
Well, first of all, a sales director's primary role is in helping others, in developing people. Developing people is the primary role. But the first person that needs developing is the sales director. Mm-hmm. And so Mary Kay would say, develop yourself first. In fact, she said, I believe that successful people in every field subscribe to a lifetime of self-improvement programs. Mm-hmm. And that was her. Even before there was cassette players in the car, Mary Kay had her own cassette player, just a little portable cassette player. She kept it in her car, and she listened to motivational tapes on the way to work, on the way home from work. Before that, and before things were by audio, she read motivational books, and she would, like she said, she had a way that she read those motivational books. She would read it first through like a novel. Okay. And then she would go back and she would read a chapter at a time, and she would put into practice whatever the ideas were for that book. Okay. Because you can read something, but if you don't practice it, it doesn't become a part of you. Yeah. And that was one reason that she was so successful. She also believed in learning from others. when at seminar, Mary Kay was right there with her notepad when top directors and top national sales directors were speaking. She would be taking notes. She would share those notes with everybody else. And so we always publish the top director speeches in the director's memo right after seminar, because Mary Kay wanted the sales force to hear from those who were making things happen. So and then the second person that the sales director has to develop is others, others in her unit. Well, if you think about it, as a sales director and a mom, you've got to develop others as a mother.
Sure.
And so it's developing others is just such a key of being a leader. And we all know that she wrote a book in 1984, which is called Mary Kay on People Management,
Right.
which has been renamed several times. Is it now the Mary Kay Way? Or is it?
You're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
But so she was an expert on leadership qualities, and she had the ability to see the potential in people and make them feel important. And if Mary Kay was very independent, and let's say she wanted some information, well, she wouldn't say to me, Jennifer, get this information. She would say to me, Jennifer, who in the company would have this information? And then she would call that person up and she would say to them, hi, this is Mary Kay. I have a problem. Can you help me? I mean, people would tell me about this all the time. And, it's like, Mary Kay, she's on the other end of the line. She needs my help. That just built them up so much.
Wow.
That's just the way that she did that. However, she also changed people's lives outside of the company because the principles that she taught in her leadership skills, people were able to take elsewhere. And that's what you want. You want to be able to develop people to the point of where even if they leave Mary Kay, they'll look back and say, that was a great experience of my life. I learned so much from being a part of Mary Kay. I was I do this tour in Dallas of Mary Kay buildings. I used to do it during seminar. I know y'all aren't having seminar anymore, but and it was called Dallas by Chocolate. And we would stop along the way and have chocolates. Well, one of the places we stopped was a Mary Kay, ex-Mary Kay beauty consultant. And she had become a famous chocolatier. Her chocolates were in Neiman Marcus catalog and were sold all over the world. But she told me, she was so excited to meet me because she loved Mary Kay so much. And she told me that while she was raising her daughters as a single mom, she put her goal of becoming a chocolatier aside, and that Mary Kay was her way of raising her daughters. Well, then when her daughters graduated from high school, she thought, now is the time to become a chocolatier. And she realized everything that she had learned as a Mary Kay consultant brought her to that moment. So don't get discouraged if people leave your unit. You should only be discouraged if they can't look back and say, wow, I learned so much. If that person leaves your unit for whatever reason, and they have good thoughts about the company, they are going to share those good thoughts with others, So that is what, you really need to strive to bless the people. When I first started, the sales directors would always say, love your people to success, love your people to success. They said that all the time to each other. And it really is true. The way that you develop people is by believing in them, sharing their goals. And Dale Alexander and Mary Kay were at a national sales director conference, and they were talking about ways to increase the sales, productivity of the sales force. And on the way home, they were talking about it on the plane, and Dale said to Mary Kay, he said, Mary Kay said, Dale, we're missing something. There's something that we are not doing to make our sales force more profitable. And a few days later, she called Dale on the phone and she said, Dale, I've got it. And he went up there to talk to her. And she said, we are not teaching people to dream, which is what they did for so long. They taught the people to dream. And she said, that's what we need to do. We need, and she said, no. And he goes, well, I know, Mary Kay, we teach goal setting all the time. She goes, no, Dale, that is not what I'm talking about.
Right.
I am not talking about goal setting. Goals are your way to make your dream come true.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your dream is your dream house. You know,
Mm.
you set these goals to earn so much money to make your dream come true. And then she started telling Dale, you know, the things that she thought were really important. And he said, well, Mary Kay, write those down. And she did. And then he said, okay, now I want you to sign it. And I have a copy of it right here. I don't know if you can see it. Of course, it's going the wrong way, but it's like, she said, Dale, you go teach this. You teach this. And this is what directors should be teaching their beauty consultants. And I'm going to read the list to you. She put workshop topics and she underlined it, and workshop topics is all in capital. And she said, stress the importance of dreams, of holding classes, of selling the basics, that booking is the lifeblood of the business, but especially teach the Go Give spirit, the Go Give philosophy, and the adoptee program. And then she put TU. Thank you.
Thank you.
MK, Mary Kay. So I wrote this down because this is from a speech that Mary Kay gave, and I think she was talking to the sales directors at the time, telling them what she thought the kind of leaders that they should be. And this is what she said. We need leaders who add value to the people and the organization they lead, who work for the benefit of others and not for their own personal gain, who inspire and motivate rather than intimidate and manipulate, who live with people to know their problems and live with God in order to solve them, and who follow a moral compass that points in the right direction, regardless of the trends.
Oh, that is gold.
It is.
It's gold. That is so good.
All of you sales directors that I'm talking to, that is how Mary Kay wants you to lead.
Gosh, that is gold. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Wow. Okay, last question. There's
Okay.
so many, y'all, there's so many gold nuggets. I hope you're hearing it. I hope you're writing them down. I bet you're going to go back and listen to this again and again. Okay, so here's the last question, Jennifer.
Okay.
What impact did Mary Kay's trailblazing or pioneering new paths make in other people's lives? Now, you've told us a lot of those stories, but
Right.
what else would you say about the
I would definitely say that on a broader scale.
Yeah.
You know, she helped women. She pioneered the way for women to become business women. She changed the idea about women being successful as business leaders. She also, on an international scale, you know, when she took her business worldwide, she took her principles worldwide. And other leaders, you know, couldn't fathom that Mary Kay really, really and truly did mean that this was how you're going to build the company, by the golden rule, by the go-give spirit, by putting their priority in proper perspectives. And women around the world are always appreciative that there's a company that shares their values. And I think that is what women need to focus on today, is the values of the company and how it's different from other companies. That this is a company that tells women to put God first, family second, and career third. And it not only encourages them, that it gives them the flexibility to do so. She's changed the lives of women around the world. And that's the reason why so many people admire her. Now we love her because we know what a very special woman she is. But in the business world, she is really admired for the fact that she stepped out, developed a business plan, and made that plan happen at a time when women really didn't do that.
Truly a trailblazer. So many words we could use to describe Mary Kay Ash, but truly a trailblazer, not just in Texas, not just in Dallas, not just in the US, but around the world, blazing trails for women and changing lives with her passion. Gosh, Jennifer,
If you wait 1 minute, I'm going to go turn that off.
okay.
You hear it? Is it disturbing?
No, I can't hear a thing. You're good.
Okay, all right, then I'm going to keep going because I also want to talk a little bit about Mary Kay was impacted life so much that she became one of the first recipients, female recipients of the Horatio Alger Award.
Okay.
And that this award is given to Americans who have exhibited the qualities of bringing themselves up from the bootstraps and achieving success.
Mm.
And Mary Kay was one of the favorites at the awards.
Really?
Nancy Thomason would attend with Mary Kay, and she said that whenever Mary Kay entered the room, that all of these businessmen would gravitate toward her, that they admired her so much. And one of her goals when she became part of the Horatio Alger membership, and this was one of the things she participated in every year,
right, was
to get more women nominated and accepted into the Horatio Alger program. So anyone who ever met Mary Kay always loved her, always loved her. And she touched lives everywhere she went. When she, during Desert Storm, the company gave all of this sunscreen to the Army. Right. And Mary Kay went out to, and I'm going to say this wrong, I say it wrong all the time, Fort Huachua in Arizona, to personally deliver the sunscreen to the troops there.
Really?
Well, years later, she got a letter from the young man who drove her around, the young Army man, what do you call them? And he said he wanted to thank her for that time that he had that opportunity to do that, and how he had shared a little with her about his dreams and his goals and what he wanted. And she had encouraged him. And when he got out of the Army, he went and he made his dreams come true because Mary Kay had encouraged him to do that. Wow. And that is it. It's that encouragement that, you know, you can make an impact on others too, if you encourage them to know that they can make their dreams come true.
So true. Wow. This has been so great. I love all the stories. Jennifer, thank you for just your love for our company, your love for our founder. Your stories are really gold. I mean, they just give so much hope and encouragement to each of us to continue blazing that trail that Mary Kay Ash started back in 1963. And I'm just going to say, on behalf of the sales force, we're going to do it. We're going to keep blazing new trails because this opportunity truly changes lives.
It's going to be a great year. It is going to be a great year. And you are helping so many boss babes get their vision clear for blazing that new trail. So Jennifer, thank you.
All right. Well, that is the end. And let me get back here to all of y'all. All right. Woo! I love me some Jennifer Cook. I feel like we're just talking to and listening to Mary Kay Ash. We're sitting at the feet of greatness, and what a privilege to have her still here on this beautiful earth that we live. And so I had the extreme honor, and so did my national area and those who participated, to have her on our bus trip around Dallas. I mean, when I did that, I had no idea that it would be our last seminar in Dallas, Texas. And now I'm so grateful that God looked after us in that way. What a blessing. Maybe we could get her somehow to come to North Carolina, but it would be different. You know, that is something, though, too, that, you know, we may not be in Texas, Dallas for seminar, right? But if you're looking to run some kind of a promotion, I hear directors running promotions of, you know, going on cruises and all these things. And why not now start thinking about a trip to Dallas, Texas. I mean, Mary Kay Ash would, Mary Kay Corporate would definitely allow you to use one of the rooms there to do an event, or to go through the museum and do look up Jennifer Cook and do a tour around Dallas, and I can even help you facilitate that. But we're going to have a little bit of discussion, and boy, does time fly, right? So for those of you that have to have a hard stop at 10, go right ahead. But I'm going to stay on each and every week longer for you guys, because I really feel that this type of event, some of you, have things you want to discuss or to talk about, or to just lend your voice to. But this was one of the best gifts anyone could have ever gotten me. I wish I would have written. Now I write on the back when somebody gives me something, who gave it to me. But this was just priceless. And this is what Jennifer Cook was talking about, that note from Dale Alexander. That Mary Kay thought was so important. So just a couple of things that I want to share with you, and then we're going to go into discussion. First is, I did post for you on the Voxer group a scripture, Ephesians 3:20, and I believe statement. These are things I'll be giving you, things that I'll be using for my unit through the first week or any week series that you can then use for you. There's also a dream formula, which I absolutely love. I forget who to give credit for. I remember having one just like it when I was a consultant coming up, and all of these things just get, our virtual assistants makes them look new and brings them back. But I have a feeling that there's been things added to it. So that's something that you can do to help coach your unit to develop their dream. My special word this new year is the word depth. Depth in every area of my life. I'm going deeper in my spiritual life, and even with the people that I choose to have my small Bible study with. I used to be in a big Bible study, which are great, but I got lost. There wasn't really a whole lot of accountability, because they didn't know whether I was there or not. Like, I just needed that accountability. And I have, 4 of my closest dear NSD girlfriends. And so the depth in scripture, going deep in scripture, and going deep in the word, and deep in my spiritual worship, but also deep in my being intentional when God puts people in my head and on my heart, to be intentional to reach out to them, and deeper in relationships, and deeper in my marriage, and being more intentional in that, and also in my business, the depth. And so, I love that Jennifer talked about. One of the very first things that Mary Kay Ash did was she rented a hotel room. She got the penny out of the eye so she could see the dollar. She wanted, and the key word here is quality people. That was from Jennifer Cook, what Mary Kay Ash said. She was very selective of who she wanted to represent her company. And I ask you, do you have that kind of depth in being intentional with your business as well? And so I encourage you, I know the very last thing that we are going to do is pray together, pray when 2 or more are gathered in prayer, that shall be given unto you, right? And so to pray together for our business for the week. And so we are going to do that. And so selling the NSD dream, she ended with really, making sure we're selling the dream. And I started with that earlier, but I want to ask you the question, do you truly feel like you are changing lives through this business? After leadership, we had Joelle Mao. If some of you attended that Vision Map event with Karen and Ari, which, by the way, little side note, level up, Ari Hathaway is going to be our guest. We're not going to breakout rooms. We're going to have a full intention. Everybody's going to have Ari Hathaway, and then I'm going to do her event on Tuesday. So she is one of my inner circle people. Karen Rydell is one of my inner circle people. I'm very selective with who I put in my circle to protect my dreams and my heart and my head, and you should too. But with that, Joel Mao Vision Map, he talked about, what is your purpose? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And, afterwards, I felt like I felt like the Lord was speaking to me, but also the enemy was trying to distract me, in my purpose and in my dreams. And so in mine, just to share with you, like I really have always felt that my business has been a ministry, right? And, through my past years of my advocacy and with child sexual abuse, I have really been pulled away, in a lot of areas, or like, oh, my sister wanted to start a nonprofit that had to do with this and just all the things attached to that, a ministry and I'm like, wait a second. God gave me a vehicle in this business to do all those things, right? Why am I looking to start new things? It's just the way the enemy wants to distract me from the ultimate goal. National sales director, and this is my plaque, you guys. I want to use this as an example. When I became a national sales director, this is my plaque. I'll take a picture of it and post the words on, post this so that you can take out my name and put your name for those of you who want to be nationals and then put it up. But I want to read this to you. It says, I solemnly pledge to uphold the principles, golden rule values, and go give traditions established by Mary Kay Ash as the foundation for my business. I will dedicate myself to Mary Kay's mission, enriching women's lives, encouraging, mentoring, and supporting the growth of all whose lives we touch. I will lead by example, supporting the programs and policies created for the benefit of all Mary Kay beauty consultants and sales directors. I will honor, cherish, and perpetuate Mary Kay's dream, emulating her positive spirit and caring heart in all that I do. So I want to ask you, is this you? Does this align with your mission? Does in every area of your life? I will tell you, I wanted to be successful so that I had a bigger microphone, not necessarily for the bigger paycheck, although hey, money makes the world go round, right? And although we are dreaming right now and we're hearing all of these things, hopefully, ultimately, at the end, that hopefully you're setting that financial goal that is attached to the dream, and you are going to make lots and lots of money, more money than you have ever made before. But National Sales Director gives me a bigger platform. The higher you climb in this business, the bigger voice, the bigger respect, the deeper you go, and you attract a different type of people. I attract business women now into my life that I connect with and communicate with, that have bigger, abundant balcony thinking as friends, as connectors, and networking with them, that are in my unit, coming into my unit. So those of you that love the tangibles, I don't know if you ever saw this. As national sales directors, as top directors, you get a beautiful charm bracelet with every trip that you earn. Well, as national sales directors, we do too. And the very first charm with a diamond, my diamond fell out, I got to get it replaced, is the NSD charm. I don't have all my charms. I think I have like 8 more that I got to add to this. It's on my list to do. But we get the special charm bracelet. And, I like to look at this. This is my charm bracelet that I love to wear. I mean, my colors are really gold, not silver, but I wear this a lot too. This is what I'm going to intentionally wear. I love that Jennifer Cook talked about the type of prizes that Mary Kay Ash wanted to give. You see, I have a nail appointment today because tomorrow is my brother-in-law's inauguration. He's the Auditor General of Pennsylvania, and he is being reinaugurated tomorrow for his 2nd term. And so I could choose to go to my nail appointment looking a hot mess, just on and sometimes I have, like, life just gets away from me. But I'm intending to go to my nail appointment, yes, on a snowy day of 6 to 8 inches here today, looking like with my bling. Mary Kay Ash wanted the prizes that we earned to stand out because it wasn't just about the prize, y'all. So, I get caught into the cash and giving away cash and those things. But I was convicted of even our events that we have for Power Up, like to start giving some prizes in addition to that, that they can carry around and say, I earned this on the Power Up event, or that they can post. They can't post on social media about the cash, right? Right? Unless we encourage them. What are you going to do with that cash? Spend money on that cash, but they can post it. And boy, how smart was that to stretch my thinking and get back to those things. Just, as Mary Kay taught us, that it's about the eye candy, right? This ring is going to be on my finger at my little humble nail salon because it's eye candy. Like, it's like a wow factor. Like, people will say, oh, people don't wear rings like that anymore. You're right. Some people don't wear rings like that anymore. But guess what? It's going to make me stand out. And that standout is going to get attention and it's going to get comments. I don't want to be like everybody else. Do you? Mary Kay was not. She was a trailblazer. That's the definition of a trailblazer. So I want to ask you, and so I want you to communicate with us and on Voxer. Like, I want you guys, if you have a takeaway from today, something in your heart, like 60 seconds or less, not 2 minutes, not 3 minutes. Say what you got to say real quick because we don't have time to listen to like 3, 4, 5 minute messages, right? But I want you to share that. Who real quick would like to share something that you heard that just like me, maybe it convicted you or it resonated with you through Jennifer's stories to help you blaze a new trail? Who would like to start with that? Angie, did you have your hand raised? Oh, no. Okay. I thought you did. Go ahead and unmute and share that. And then I'm going to close with how we're going to do these assignments and then our prayer. Oh. Kathleen, go ahead, Kathleen.
Good morning.
60 seconds or less.
Okay, I got you. I love that way back at the beginning, Mary Kay said, you run your business through this moral compass regardless of trends. I love that. So it is a timeless principle and an amazing compass.
I love that. And you know what? I want to address that real quick because someone came to me about something that, they're just unsettled in their spirit that they're seeing. And you know what? Here's what I say. We can't control some of the things that maybe are happening, decisions with maybe Mary Kay Corporate or somebody else. But I'm creating, and I have my own culture within my own national area. What can I create? I'm not going to get distracted by the little things, right? That may seem like big things. I am going to continue what I know is Mary Kay's heart, mission, and passion. And that's why I love that Jennifer, was on today as the first official speaker. And I'm encouraging every single one of you to do two things. Reread the autobiography. You can't read it too many times. And also to start to put those two books beside your nightstand and the Mary Kay Way. Okay, the Mary Kay Way, so that you can go deeper in your relationship. Okay, well, I hope that you took good, copious notes. I know you're taking notes on your consultant videos as well, so that you can have these discussions with your people. These are discussions also within the coaching from them writing out what their notes, and then you're going to use those notes to have discussions. Some of them each week will have a group discussion, but it's really intended also for the one-on-one. So here we go. On your Trailblazer tracking sheet for the points. So I shared last week that the top 5 overall for the entire series, the top 5 in points, will receive a fun day with me. We're going to do something really fun. And so we're all going to come together and have a good old time together. And so every week, I want you Sunday evening, the very last thing that you do, to send me your points, because Monday morning I will be sharing who the current year to date, or event to date, Boss Babe to date, BB to date points are, so you can see that. If there is one of you that wants to volunteer to do a ranking sheet and collect the points, via a Google form that you create, feel free. And I want to thank you, Nicole. I got your message and I thought I sent you a video or a voice message back, and I see that it never sent through. I must have made it too long. So thank you. She's just out of the goodness of her heart volunteered to manage our events, all the behind the scenes. Nicole, you're incredible. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for that. But for the Mary Kay National area where it says, I have a weekly accountability call with your NSD. So here's what I'm going to do. The top 2 out of all of the Mary Kay National area directors each and every week, if you rank in the top 2, you are going to get a face-to-face coaching Zoom with me. Okay. If you want it, if not, we'll pass it on to the next person. It's okay. I know many of you, some of you on here still have national sales directors for what, but if you don't, with me, I would encourage you to coach, find somebody, whether it's a power partner director or with corporate, someone to have an accountability with that you just check in with. Okay. But with me, you can do that through Voxer. So 1 minute or less, you can leave me a Voxer message. I prefer a text. You know how you can leave a voice through text? I prefer that. I see that much quicker than I do Voxers. Voxers really get lost because I get so many of them. But if you leave me like a 1 minute or less accountability check-in, or maybe anything that you need help with, just keep it real concise, then I can Voxer coach you back and forth on those things. Okay. But I can't possibly do an in-person with every single one of you. And that will count. Now, I did take a screenshot of every one of you that are on here live, and you are showing your face. So thank you. You can give yourself those points for doing that. So we are starting today. Today, you can start giving yourself points through next week. And Sunday night, you will be reporting those to me. Linda Tupin, if you did not listen to her, if you weren't on last week, or you did not watch her video yet, I will post those both Jennifer Cook's and Linda's on our Facebook group. I'll post both of them, as well as the support materials that I just posted on Voxer. Listen to her again. She talks about, both in the consultant as well as the director, your map, your 1 hour radius, right? Your 1 hour radius. For me, that's what helped me build a national area. I was always taught to build 5 pocket areas in person pocket areas. And so Linda is challenging you to do just that. I love that I don't know if it was this video or the consultant video. I think it was not sure if it was with Linda, but how she said the world, everything's become AI and everything's become virtual, which it actually works in our favor with our business, because people are so AI'd out. They are so tired of just robots or automation. Like, I hate calling the bank and getting automation. I'm like yelling at the phone, give me a person. I want to talk to a person. Anybody like that? Well, that's what the difference is of us in person with people. Like, however you're doing it, if it's somebody that's not within driving distance in another state, Zoom in person, right? But there's nothing better than that feeling, that touch, that having coffee with them, as Jennifer and Linda shared. And so I want you get 100 extra points this week. This is your extra credit this week for you to send me your circle map that Linda teaches the consultants. I believe it's in the consultant one, but also talks about in the director one, your 1 hour radius, okay? Where you are committed and willing to build. Now, if you're not willing to do that at this time, then you just don't get the 100 points. You got to make it up somewhere. But this is for those of you that are committed. You're all in for national sales director. You're going deeper, the depth in every area of your life. Okay, well, so funny. I wrote myself notes to make sure that I before we ended, and it actually, it fell in my coffee, my tea while I was doing it. I'm like, wow. Okay. So, last but not least, let's go ahead and let's pray for all of our success and our wisdom. And so I just want to thank you guys for being on today. Thank you for your commitment. You inspire me. You make me want to be better and stronger. And so here we go. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you first for the life that you have given us, the hope, the dream, the opportunity through this incredible business, where without it, I know that you used it for me to put me back together, and you used it to change my life. And then you entrusted in me and all of these women the gift of leadership that is biblical. And Lord, I first pray that our house, our personal houses, are in order. I know in Timothy it talks about leadership and being that example. And in this way, in Mary Kay, as Jennifer Cook shared, we need to make sure that we are developed first. And Lord, I first pray for each of these beautiful women that are on here, their development in you first, which you are their partner in this business, but also developing them a leader in every way, spiritually, financially, physically, relationally, emotionally, and professionally, so that we can pass on what we have. We can't give away what we don't possess. And Lord, I pray for each of these women that you will continue to do a wonderful work in them so that they can transfer it all to change lives, not just professionally, but internally and eternally. Thank you for trusting us with their lives, with their dreams. And Lord, I pray that each of these directors have total confidence in themselves. Confidence comes through you and from you. If we don't have confidence in ourselves, we don't have confidence in you. And I pray that if that's their situation, that they go to your word, that they get so deep in your word and ask for you to reveal that to them and lay it all out and to be transparent so that you can help them build that back together. Lord, we love you as we go on and we coach our consultants and we launch this Boss Babe series for them. I pray for every single woman that comes to the screen and those that haven't, that you will draw them to this so that they can be better for them, not just for themselves, but for their lives and for generations to come, that we can change generational curses and that we can just help you put them back together again and create the masterpiece that you originally created them to be. I'm believing right now, claiming, and we're asking for it, abundant results that these women are going to use every minute this week to the fullest for your kingdom. And in return, you will bless them tenfold in every area of their life, and especially their professional life, so that every area of their life may thrive as well. We ask that. We ask for more people attracted to them, leads that come to them, people answering their messages. We pray for consultants rising up and being confident. We pray for bookings and bookings that hold, whether it in-person cancels, we transfer it to a virtual. We don't cancel it just because there's snow, that we're that dedicated. We pray for recruits, that people with big abundance, emotionally stable women that are ambitious winning women that are attracted to us, so that together we can increase your kingdom and increase our lives. We love you. We praise you. We expect all great things. And next Monday, we will come to the table with results that are from you, because we put you first. In your precious name, Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior. Amen. Amen. All right. So if God is for us, who can be against us, right? And so I know you're going to have a great day, because today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a great day. every day is going to be a great day. So I'm going to stop the recording. And if anyone wants to stay on and share, please do. I am here for you, or ask questions. I am here for you. But I look forward to seeing you next Monday morning. Oh my gosh, next Monday, Ann Newberry, you guys, National Sales Director Emeritus, Executive National Sales Director. Let me tell you, get ready to take notes, chocked full of nuts, so much power packed from beginning to end in what she shares with us. Incredible. All right. Mwah. God bless you guys. Okay. Yay. All right. Is there anyone on here that wants to share or have something you want to chat with or about? I'm going to hang on and look at the chat to see all the wonderful things that you shared.
Thanks, Laura. Just an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Those, that frame with Mary Kay's words in it and her picture.
I know what you're going to say, and it's probably something I'm already doing, but go ahead.
We need to earn that because it needs to be in all of our offices.
That's
and
next week. Yep.
Whatever that last thing she said, there was a last little section. Oh, I don't know where it is in my notes, but it was 2 pieces of paper. Oh, it was the Dale Alexander thing, but then there was another one that she talked about. I'll have to go back and listen through.
About reading books?
No, it was like another piece of paper. And I was like, oh, we need that too. But I wrote it somewhere in my notes, but I can't see them because I don't have my glasses on.
The other piece
but I will.
Anyone else remember that? That's still
I will look again.
Okay. I must have missed that. Wow. Okay. But yeah, you will be seeing this, Katie.
Awesome. Thank you.
For those of you that are on here, the thing is, I'm trying to find these particular frames because this, like the one that was given me, this is the actual frame. Like I've been trying, if you see these.
Is it matted in the middle?
Well, it is, there is a mat in there, which we don't necessarily have to. I mean, that's a lot of expense, but I mean, I can, but this one it's down the middle. I mean, I could use a frame like this and just, which I've already tried to do and I've done in the past. I'm just trying to find a nicer frame.
Sure.
I've done these for gifts in the past because it was given to me as well.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. And I love this with Gigi in her red. Yeah. Awesome. Anyone else? Hi, Melanie.
I just have a question, Laura.
It's Gloria.
Is your Facebook page the same for this group, the same as your regular Facebook page, or do you have a special? It's a special Facebook page
No,
for
the
this
director page here. Let me make sure. Let me see if you're on it.
because I don't
No,
think,
that
and I
one
don't
only
think
like 90 some directors. I'm a national that as people come to me, I don't like really advertise to have an abundance of people. So it's a small group. But of course, anybody who you guys know that needs to be connected, I don't want them to be connected on mine if they're already connected. You know, it's not about just trying to get a number of directors. It's the people that are connected with me. If they're already connected to national, they need to keep that national their main. Okay, it is Legacy National Area Directors. It's this one, Gloria.
okay.
Yeah.
So I have to put that in then. Look for legacy.
Let me
Then,
see.
and I don't think I'm on your
You were-
Voxer group either.
I thought you were already on here, Gloria. You're
Am
on
I?
here, Gloria. You were at
Oh, okay.
11 months
Okay.
ago. Yeah. So
Okay. All right.
yeah,
Okay.
find
Thank
it.
you.
And you said you're not on Voxer?
I don't think I'm on your Voxer. I
Okay.
don't get any Voxers
Sure.
from you.
Okay, let me check that too, but I thought you were. I'll just look because maybe you have an old account on here. Yeah, I don't see you on there. So let me quick add you to that. Gloria Walker. Wait, is that the right Gloria? That doesn't look like you. Oops, I added it anyway. Let me see if that's actually you. Does it look like I added you?
I'm not sure I can tell. I have my Voxer up, but
Hold on, let me go to your profile. Yeah, I'm taking this person out. Is yours Walkie 815?
No, I don't think,
Okay.
no, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I gotta get that out of there then. Send me a Voxer and I will add you. So I make sure I have the
Okay.
right Voxer. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll have to figure out how to do that, but okay.
Do you use Voxer?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The only time I ever use it is when Kelly sends us information for her workshops.
Okay.
So then I get
Well, if you
hers.
use it for Kelly, then you'll have it for me too. But
Okay.
everything not everything, all the important things that I post on Voxer, I also post on that group, the Facebook group.
Okay. All right.
So,
Okay. All right.
and
All right.
or an email. So
And then, and I
you get
guess
emails from me. Yeah, you get emails.
yeah, I do get
Okay.
your emails, and I assume the link for the consultants to do the videos is also on one of those emails then.
It's on I'm sending it out today again for those that
Okay.
missed it, but it is on the director Facebook group. Like I said,
Okay.
I
So,
just reposted it this morning again.
and so that is the one that I go to for the consultants to view though?
Yeah. Yeah, for
Okay.
it has the consultant boards on there,
Okay.
videos and everything.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm
welcome.
just really out of it.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's
all
okay.
right.
Do
All right.
you
Thank
have the
you.
boards app? Do you have the boards app?
I have it, but I've never used it.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have to figure that out.
Okay. If not, just
Yeah.
text my cell if you have problems
Mm.
with anything. If you need me to send you any direct links, I'm going to
Okay.
work on trying to do that too.
Yeah. So I went into boards and this is what I get.
Yeah,
So,
okay. Yep. Continue. Yep.
all
You'll get
right.
if you
Okay.
continue and
All
you'll
right.
see it in
Okay.
there. It'll throw it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're
Sorry to bother
welcome.
you.
All right. Bye. You look
See
beautiful.
ya.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, thanks.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Lara. I just had a quick question. Could you share briefly about, I heard you mention one time something about a detox that you did for your health.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on one second. Hold on. Where is it on my computer? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me get it. Physically. Okay, so what did I do? I took my screen off. Okay, sorry. I thought I did something else. Okay, so it's called Be Balanced. And this is a program, it's local here, but the owner agreed that anybody that I refer, they will do virtual with you. And I highly recommend this. So I am not a diet person. I don't like diets, blah, blah, blah. But this is great for women. There's just so many things it's great for, but you get a free consultation because you're connected with me. You let them know that I think they do it free for everybody, but make sure you let them know that I referred you because you're, in Missouri. So they're going to need to do it virtually. Now, I will tell you the total cost of this to do this. I mean, this is the booklet that I had and all my tracking, my meals, all of it, right? Everything they're helping me with. The goal for me was to get my hormones balanced, but also to learn what was right for my body. Like one of the things, there were two things that are perceived as healthy that were hurting me. One was cardio that I was doing, high cardio, which for women our age, it spikes our cortisol, and it's why so many women our age have all the belly fat. That does not have to be because we think that the longer we're on the treadmill, the better. Wrong. That's working against you. It's strength training. It's those things. But the first 30 days, they don't even want you working out while you go through phase one. What it is, it's resetting your metabolism. There are some products they give you. One is a metabolic spray for under your tongue. Okay. They help with the product called Flora to get rid of your bad yeast, like that. There's a multivitamin that you take. And at the end of your phase 1, they give you the creams for your hormones. This is all backed by a doctor, but it's not guided by a doctor. In fact, you don't need a doctor for these things. I went to a holistic doctor for 2 years, and he talked at me, not with me, just sold me on all these remedies, but it was just ridiculous. And my primary care doctor took my blood test. Oh, he was like, yeah, you're perimenopause. I'm like, no crap, Sherlock, right? Like,
Yes.
so I needed a woman. And so they coach you as well. Now, I will say, it's more expensive to do the individual. I started individual, but when I realized that it was me and only one other girl, I'm like, I quick switched to group. Choose the group method. It's cheaper because you'll probably end up being individual anyway. So it's like $1,300 if you do individual, and it's like $900 if you do, and I don't know if it went up since then, but if you do the individual. I will tell you, it was worth every penny that I spent, every penny. So it helped. I mean, I already ate healthy and was healthy, like working out, all of those things. And I'm like, what's the deal? What is it? Immediately from day 1, I started losing weight. So the hardest part, I'm not saying it's easy, it's hard, but it's detoxing your body of sugar, period. Like totally taking all the sugar away, which is the enemy. It's like, but it's one day at a time, one day at a time. Okay, now I lost like 30 pounds February to like April, maybe even March. Well, yeah, end of March. I lost like 30 pounds. I felt like my husband's like, I think you're too skinny. So I was intentional on gaining a few more back. Because I don't like when people are on those diets, like they immediately drop weight, but they're skinny fat. And the reason they drop so much weight too is because they lose a lot of muscle. You don't lose muscle, you lose fat. All right. So that was one thing. I will tell you the importance of there's a 30-day period every day that you need to take a time out. And I did that, but then there was a few days where I was just so busy and I'm like, oh, I don't know if it really matters anyway. Well, guess what? My weight plateaued. It did. It's because of our high stress level, being business women. So that's important. And another thing, tracking is important because one week I plateaued and she's like, let me see your journal. And she looked at it. She goes, well, it looks like you this week ate 4 apples rather than your normal 2. She said, and one of my other clients, apples spiked her blood sugar. And apples are healthy. We hear an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? No, I mean, I have to be careful of certain things. What this did, it stripped me of everything so that when I reintroduced things into my system again, I could feel how my body reacted to it. So now I know, like last night, my husband was eating this chocolate chip ice cream. And I'm like, oh, so good. I'm lactose intolerant. I'm gluten sensitive. I already know that. And I was like, you know what? I know that's probably not going to make me feel that great afterwards, but I'm just going to take one scoop. And I did it anyway to give myself a treat. But I knew the consequences of what that would be. There's no surprises, right? So it's different when you're aware of it versus the other. So it's here's the phone number. Let me see. Hold on. It's Be Balanced. I would call. And please, I'd be more than happy to, be your cheerleader. Okay. Context. In fact, you can Google it as well. Be Balanced, Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. I wouldn't say one coach is better than the other. I like them all. So whoever you get, Anne and oh, what's the other one? Is it Amanda? Not Amanda. I forget the other one, but they're the two that I'm drawing a blank with her name. And
That's okay.
I coached with both of them. Okay, here's the get started. Oh yeah, they're doing take the free assessment, but find a center. It's the one that you're gonna do 1-7. My friend, I became good friends with the owner now. Okay, 7. No, I don't want to do that one. Yeah, 717 673 7046. 717 673 7046. And yeah. Yeah, we
Okay.
called.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But you can go on their website and check a lot out too. Be Balanced. It's the Camp Hill, PA. But yeah, it's great. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck
Thanks for
with
your
it.
time. Have a great day.
You're welcome. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Hmm.